Thank you to Mr. Zulkifli. Next up is our MP-elect for Jurong GRC, Ms. Grace Hu.
Dear Singaporeans, I'm often asked this question: what keeps you awake at night? Today, I'm going to ask you this question: what keeps you awake at night? Is it the safety of your children? That your children may not get home from school safely? That your children can get access to drugs and pornography easily? Is it the security of your property? That your car may be stolen from your garage, or your house broken into while your family is sleeping? That your wife may be the next victim of snatch thief as she's walking along the street? Is it the security of your family, that you have to guard against your fellow countrymen because of your race or your religion? Or that your family avoids crowded places for fear of terrorist attack? Or is it the value of your assets that may be wiped out by incompetent governments? Either the currency has become worthless or investors have fled the country. Dear Singaporeans, fortunately in Singapore, we are not kept awake by these reasons. Singapore is safe and secure, both physically and financially. It has one of the lowest crime rates in Asia, comparable to Japan. As a percentage of GDP, Singapore has the 4th largest current account surpluses in the world. All of you who stand here know that very well, because the financial services industry, particularly the wealth management sector, requires prudent fiscal and economic policies to thrive. So what keeps you awake at night? Is it employment? The prospect of looking for a job with no hope of getting one for a long time? In Singapore, it is highly unlikely because we have one of the world's lowest employment rate of 3.3%. From 1981 to 1991, 10 years in the 80s, we have the 8th highest economic growth in the world of 7.3% average per year. From 1991 to 2001, the next 10 years, we have the 5th highest economic growth of 6.9% per year. Only 2 countries in this world, Singapore and China, have stayed in the top 10 positions over this 20-year period. Our job prospect is good. Or are you wanting a better life for your family, worrying about not getting good enough jobs? Don't lose sleep. The government sets aside funds to help you raise your skills level and to help you make career changes if needed. So what keeps you awake at night? Is it education? That your children are getting good education and that they will have a good job thereafter? Government is adding breadth and depth to our education system. There's a whole range of financial assistance schemes to help needy Singaporeans. In fact, we see education as the most effective means advancing the future of your children. Do you worry about your child not doing well in critical exams, like I do sometimes? Well, we are offering more paths now. We are grooming every talent, not just academic talent. So what keeps you awake at night? Is it healthcare? That you risk dying young because of poor hygiene and lack of healthcare? If you're in Zambia and Zimbabwe, you should worry because your life expectancy is around 32 or 33. Closer to home, life expectancy in Laos and Cambodia is 55. In Singapore, our life expectancy is 78. Women outlive men by 5 years. We have the lowest infant mortality rate in the world, lower than even Japan. Are you worried about sudden onset of critical illness or chronic illness? We have world-class healthcare system to look after you and to help alleviate your medical costs we have put in place MediSave, Medicare and MediFund to help you. So fellow Singaporeans, because of the PAP government, we are not losing